Hello everyone, I am just leaving work for the next 2 days because Thanksgiving. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm not here to talk about Thanksgiving. In fact, if you're thinking I'm talking about Thanksgiving, the movie, well, you saw my review on it. I loved it. But honestly, fuck Thanksgiving, the movie. What a fucking piece of shit. Because Spyglass made it. And obviously, if you saw the video title, this is a fucking bullshit situation that's going on right now that I'm sure literally everybody on the internet is aware of, or anyone who is a horror or scream or slasher fan in general is aware of, and that is that Melissa Barrera, yesterday it was announced that she was fired from Scream 7 due to some comments that she made related to the Israel and Palestine Hamas war going on. Obviously everyone knows what the fuck that is. I would imagine, whether you've looked into it or not, it's a situation that is unavoidable and absolutely terrible what is continuing to go on there. I'm not making this really about the political side of it. I will mention like her statements that she said and stuff that she talked about, because I'm very confused at where Spyglass got anti-Semitism and absolutely fucking things that when they put out their statement, I was like, I don't know where they're reading this at. And if she did it all come across that way to them, I can't imagine at what level. It feels like they just immediately overtook it because they were worried about money. I can't imagine that they were personally offended. I think someone did research and said that the two people who are like the main like producers, people who own like Spyglass, are actually Jewish. But I don't know what they were reading into, because like I've been following Melissa Barrera for months on Instagram, and she is always poignant and keen to her political statements and what she believes in specifically. And she is very polite and civil when she writes it. She takes notes on like everybody. She brings in together everybody to make someone not specifically feel bad about who they are as a person. She's not specifically targeting one person. Right now, she is literally just posting about the amount of genocide happening in Palestine, the amount of bombings and war that is going on, and the innocent civilians that are being killed. And she is making a statement that, hey, guess what? Genocide and the civilians that are being killed, it's fucking horrible. And she's talking about the ceasefire situation, and like she's making a logical fucking statement that's like very polite, and she just gets fired for it. And it's fucking ridiculous. And yesterday I didn't really think about it. I first got a message from a friend on my way to work yesterday that was like, she's been let go for comments that she made about this. And I was like, she must have made some fucked up comments to be let go, and they must have had a discussion with her, and she said fuck you, is what I imagined, because I was like, it must have been pretty aggressive, clearly. And so once I had time to look into it at work and just like go over the post and anything I could find, I was looking for like 30 minutes. I didn't find shit. I literally was like, is this the worst thing? Is this what they're referring to? And it's the post about like the media. And she did not say, by the way, if they're implying it, because it seemed that they were implying that she was against Jewish culture and that Jews run the media, which has been a very big stereotype and cliche that's been talked about for years now. She clearly didn't write that, and that's clearly not what she said if you go and read the actual post about it. And the many things she has said has been completely respectful about both sides. She just doesn't want there to be more genocide and murders of civilians, of innocent people who are literally not the cause or any concern for the things that is happening in both places. It's an absolute fucking travesty, and she is completely just compelling that message to everyone. And I don't understand why they fired her. It feels honestly like a very rushed move. And perhaps they had talked to her about it, and she said, I'm not going to take my post down or something about that. Maybe they did call her. But from what I've also been hearing, it seems like it was a secret fire. It seems like they just fired her without like giving anyone like a heads up or even telling her. I don't know if I 100% believe this, but some people said she heard it through Jenna Ortega herself. The reason I made this video now is because like I've had more time to think about it, and since I got to look into it, I'm like, this is really fucked up and everything, that what's going on with it. But the part that made me even more interested to talk about is now Jenna Ortega is out, and I know what it said is going on and exactly what is happening with the whole Jenna Ortega ordeal. She has Wednesday scheduling conflicts. The people that she works under, her like company that she works for, the execs gave them a call and said, hey, she's not going to be able to shoot Scream 7 anyway, even though I think her role was going to be limited from what everyone's been talking about online. I partly believe that's true why she exited, and she may have exited many months ago and they just are now announcing it. But it is fucking uncomforting and strange, and definitely leaves a weird taste in your mouth that this is announced just 16 hours, or like, what is it, 18 hours after the Melissa Barrera thing is announced. Like, it just feels a little close to cause and concern. And now, hearing they're both gone, I should say, I didn't want to touch on the political stuff, and I quickly did. I'm pretty much done with that now. On the movie side of things, Scream is my favorite movie of all time. The original Scream, probably. It just is. It's such a comfort film. In the past 2 years, it's just become a film I put on like 7 to 8 times a year, just for comfort. Alone, it's a great film. It's a very good horror film. The tension is great. It's scary. It's funny. The cast is fucking lovable. I love the killers. I love... oh, God. I love everything about it. It's such a film that means a lot to me. And the franchise in general is a franchise I love. There's not a Scream film that I don't enjoy. Like, I would say 3 is my least favorite, and it has some stupid stuff in it, but I still like the film. I have a lot of fun with it, and I do like some of the things it was trying to do. It felt fun and unique, and the approach that it took felt like a good, obvious idea for, like, the finale at the time. And I love Scream. I thought Scream 5 was good. I wasn't, like, huge into Melissa Barrera or Jenna Ortega's roles yet, but I thought they were both, like, okay in it. They both fucking showed up for Scream 6, especially Melissa Barrera, when people were denying her on the film, and that just got everyone to become a huge fan of her. And now this shit happens, and it's like, how the fuck... I think as a money decision, it's a horrible idea, because I think if Jenna wasn't going to be there, people at least would have wanted like a small appearance and reference to her, and then you have Melissa Barrera be there, and that was what was going to get people drawn to the seats. The fact that the highest grossing domestic Scream film is Scream 6 and it didn't have Neve Campbell, it's not that people don't want Neve Campbell. I'm sure if Neve Campbell did show up, it would get people happy. But now I'm hearing the fucking post that Variety just did, because I saw about it, is that, what is the guy's name? The 2 writers, I forget his fucking name. Jason something or James Vanderbilt. It's not the fucking guy whose name I also get confused with, the guy from, what is that show called? The guy who's also in the Jay and Silent Bob movies that Jason Biggs is in, James Vanderbeek. It's not him, it's like James Vanderbilt or Jason Vanderbilt, something like that. And the other writers, the people who've been writing the most recent Scream films, they are apparently, going to completely rewrite the script and do like a deep dive change into it, because obviously they fucking have to if their lead, Melissa Barrera, if fucking Sam and Tara are not, like, the running leads and the characters that we are going to be following for the new film. And at that point, it's just like... And then Christopher Landon, the director of the film, made a statement. He could have made the statement a little bit better and more of support. It seemed like he just didn't want to get into it and kind of gave, like, a fuck you, like, get away from me kind of thing. Because he just said, everything sucks, stop yelling, it wasn't my decision to make. The better way he could have said it would just have been that everything sucks and I didn't have a choice in decision to make this. Still, people would have thrown some eyes at him, but, like, it's better than saying stop yelling. But no, the fans are not going to stop yelling. People are in an uproar. This shit has been trending on Twitter for the past 2 days, and I completely get it. It's because it is fucking bullshit that this is even happening. She was fired for a thing that she really didn't even say, and even if they felt caught off guard by it as a moral decision, I don't think she should have been fired for it. It's not that she said anything absolutely horrible against anyone, and she just came out with a statement, like, first and foremost, kind of statement saying that she isn't for anti-Semitism or Islamophobia. She's completely fucking against that. And she goes into a deep statement like, I try to share personal things and stuff that I find very important, and I will not be silenced for it. It was a fucking awesome message. If you go look at her Instagram, I'm sure it's still there. And some people are thinking, like, Spyglass told her to say that kind of as a win-win for her, and then she'll get hired again because all this is flipping around. But I do not think that's the case, because then the article from Variety came out that they're going to fully probably rewrite the film and do something completely different with it. And that's a fucking shame, because I don't even know if I could go into the theater now when Scream 7 comes out, even if they don't, like, say they don't have Melissa Barrera and Jenna Ortega in it at all, and it's got, like, say Jasmine Savoy Brown and Mason Gooding stay, even though I think they will leave. I think they probably wouldn't stay for this. Definitely Jasmine won't, and I don't think Mason Gooding would either. I think they're probably going to leave. But if you get Neve Campbell back, or even get some things that would excite a bunch of fans who love Scream, I think just the underlying bullshittery that Spyglass has caused is going to make people not want to go see it. Who's going to want to go see a movie by this company that completely fucked over Neve Campbell before, and now, even worse, firing Melissa Barrera for, like, one of the stupidest statements I've ever heard them give about her apparent hate speech against Jewish community and Islam, which is not true. She didn't do that. You can go read it and find evidence, but you will not find it. Again, everyone has freedom of speech, and the company that she worked for has the right, yes, to technically fire her and let her go if they felt that it's something against their company and their morals. But I don't think they did. I think what actually would have happened in my eyes is that they saw a potential, what she's been posting, they saw as a potential loss in customers. People like, if she's in our film, we're going to get backlash for putting it in our film, and people are going to boycott Scream 7. So they said, we need to fire her before people start to get mad. And what they did is they fired her, and now people are getting mad, and now people are boycotting them because they fired her. And they thought the whole situation out completely wrong. I don't know. Would I go see Scream 7? Probably. I'm a huge Scream fan. I will probably still be sad, but I would not be comfortable. I would feel very awkward watching it, and I would have to think of everything that happened in the background of this time. Even if it was the most exciting Scream film and something fucking awesome was going to happen in it, it would just feel forced. It would feel like it's to distract me from what bullshit they just pulled. And I don't know if I would be really that down with it. Honestly, I would hope the film bombs, even if I did go check it out. I would hope people don't go see it. Because, like, I definitely am someone who is probably against it. Honestly, I might even push myself if what happens I imagine happens, and it seems we're going the route of it is going to get made, but not the way we are wanting it right now. It does have 3 to 4 ways, honestly, that this could go. Way number 1 is that they don't make the movie at all. It just gets canceled out of a crumble of bullshit that Spyglass has completely set up. And they did it to themselves. They destroyed their biggest IP they probably had. Because, let's be real, Spyglass is a piece of shit and didn't have a lot of IPs anyway. Maybe they could have started one with Thanksgiving. I would have been so down for it because Thanksgiving was great. But at this point, I wouldn't care. Go fuck themselves. The only other things I can think of that might change it would be, like, it would be for them to, like, completely influence some, like, other ideas. They would have to come up with something completely, like, new or original, because, like, otherwise who's going to be sad for the bullshit that they're putting out? and for that, okay, option 2, because I need to I'm parking here because I know I'm about to be home soon, so I need to get through this quick. Part 2 would be they make the movie with Neve Campbell and they don't bring back Melissa Barrera or Jenna Ortega or either of them, and they try to do something new, and then it gets a lot of hate, but it may make some money enough to where it's the last film, and it's a bullshit send-off probably. The third option is they do get a James Gunn sort of situation where they win Melissa Barrera back because everyone is going against them and they realize we fucked up, we do need her back because clearly we're not going to be able to make this film without her, and the fans and everyone's going to be pissed if this is how it goes down. Or the option 4 is, and Neve Campbell does come back, people have forgotten about it, and somehow it succeeds. Which I honestly love Neve Campbell. Sydney is like my favorite final girl. She still is, even with Melissa Barrera there, but it's just not the route that I'm wanting the franchise to go, and I really hope it doesn't come down to that. What I would hope is either this movie gets fully canceled or they get Melissa Barrera back on board, they give her a good-ass apology, a good-ass paycheck, and she gets to go in and go out happy. That's what I would hope, but it's probably not going to go that way. Either way, what do you guys think of this fucking bullshit situation? I think a lot of people are on the same page that Melissa Barrera was wrongly fired and people need to stand up with her. I think we should. This is a bummer. It's my favorite franchise. I literally almost started to cry about it. Not just because the franchise is lost, but crying about that she got fired for something this stupid and how impactful this whole situation is. I also cried about just, like, she got fired for saying that, like, the mass genocide of civilians is like a bad thing. Like, of course it's a fucking bad thing. It's fucking tragic. And she got fired for saying that. It's just, it's insane. Love Scream, but we'll have to see. Hopefully something within the next week or two changes the perspective and something gets fucking fixed, but I'm having a feeling right now that doesn't seem where we're going, and that's a bummer. So, next video should be happier. I'll be reviewing Saltburn, Wish, Napoleon, whatever I see first. It'll be a review, and we'll get off this subject matter. Unless something big comes out of this that's a positive thing. Otherwise, I just don't want to talk about this anymore. But I wanted to make my thoughts on this because, God fucking damn it, Spyglass. What the hell is this? And that's it. Bye.